Rules. I sit here, I wash dishes, you listen to water, you see things get clean, like this Faber Farberware knife. I don't recommend them, by the way. They fall apart pretty easily. Sorry, no endorsement here. I hope that everybody, first of all, who is new, is thumbsing up, subscribing, and sharing. And I hope that everybody is enjoying that the second hour of the broadcast is now free. Huh? Did we watch both hours today, all you holdouts? Did we go over to Rumble or Rokfin and check it out? Because I'd like to have a discussion about the Epstein revelations. I would also like to have a discussion about, basically this new platform. Good afternoon to you guys. There are people upset that there are 4 whole commercials taking up the span of less than 4 minutes, or right around 4 minutes, in the first hour, basically to keep everything other than the 2 premiums, which are going to be exclusive interviews, free. Remember, those premiums will go up at some point. They become free after 2 weeks, just like the second hour of the broadcast used to. At the same time, the second hour of the broadcast can be utilized to go beyond what YouTube allows, which I think is also important. And look, I get it. Some people don't love the My Pillow guy, but that's the network, and they hired me, and I'm going to do it. And, I saw people in there, you're grifting for gold. Just so everybody knows, no commissions on the commercials for me. I can vouch for IPVanish, though. I'm kind of glad they're using them as their VPN, because I've literally been using IPVanish for years. It's the Dishwashalong, everybody. I appreciate you, Mr. Triforce. Thank you so much. That's the deal. You at least get a free pillow. No, you don't get any free pillows. Yeah, I've been around Mike Lindell because of the Reawaken America tour, right? And look, he's very nice to people. He gives people time. He looks you right in the eye. Better than most. Better than most. So I saw some people upset, saying you're falling for deep state information on Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky's a Chomsky. Again, he showed his true colors during 9/11. He never really called out the quote-unquote New World Order, and instead, basically said those people are kooks. They do need to be watched. Okay? You just got done doing the dishes. That's good. We're getting chores done. My lawnmower wouldn't start. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, guys. I looked it up on the YouTube. Again, that's what a great thing YouTube is. It'll tell you how to start your lawnmower. And all I had to do was throw a little carburetor cleaner. I think right where the air filter is or whatever. Clear it out, start it up, and I just did the front lawn quick. I don't have much of a front lawn, by the way, so it didn't take long. And I thought to myself, well, now's the time to do this. And at the same time, guys, I'm going to show you some Iowa lifestyle. Right here, baby. Defrost some not for resale beef ribeye. When I tell you that I got a cow, it's a quarter of a cow. I got a quarter of a cow. And if you can do the same, look, I understand like a freezer in your garage or whatever, not cheap or somewhere else in there, most of the places. I got mine for $40 of a steal, and I get it, not everybody's going to, but you got to be thrifty. Thrifty, baby. That's how you do it. You look up the deals, you get on what, I guess it's got to be Facebook Marketplace now, because Craigslist is all done. You go to the pawn shops, you hit the thrift stores, and honestly, the more urban of an area you go to, the better chance you're going to have. Let's see. Yeah, Chomsky was big time pro-mandate. And he not only pro-mandate, he's like, these people need to be dealt with. The law needs to deal with them. F him, dude. And listen, I'm going to say it again. Everybody knew by 2015. Everybody knew. A lot of them knew well before that, okay? And they facilitated these deals. They want to debank truckers. right? They want to debank dissidents. They want to get rid of your payment processing and PayPal. All of them wanted to do business with Epstein. How about that? How about that? Yeah, it's my turn to do the dishes. Half a cow. I got a quarter of a cow. You got a half a cow? Yeah, they're good, man. Listen, I love a steak, but what's really nice about it is at any time I have probably like 35, 40 bags left, 1.5 pound ground beef. And the ground beef is stellar, man. I'd say that it comes out to about an 85-15 mix, maybe closer to an 80-20, maybe 83-17. It's tough to tell because, obviously it's not marked down. But it's that perfect mix. Those sirloin burgers, I'm sorry, you need a little bit of fat on there. Fat's good for you when it's, natural. And I know there's a lot of people upset with what's going on in the food supply, myself one of them. But, we also have to look at the fact they've been poisoning that aspect for some time now as well. Like the only aspect about it is the one that starts with an M and runs away, RNA style. Now, let's see, you're from Chicago. I escaped over 20 years ago. Smart. Although, I can't talk too much smack about the city from a personal level. I've only been there once. Man, Kyle Muller, big over in Chicago. I did his show a couple times, and he was a bit of a hater. He's come around quite a bit, though, eh? So many people have come around. They've had to. But again, 9/11 was the big litmus test. And if you're not talking about 9/11 now, and you're not making apologies now, when's the time to apologize? I see a little Mont Satan comment in there. Yeah, no fan of Mont Satan either. That's why I made films like Shade the Motion Picture that heavily focused on Mont Satan, on GMOs. Not only just GMO crops, but eventually what? GMO everything. This is it. This is the fourth industrial revolution via fifth generation warfare. Say it with me now. Fourth industrial revolution via fifth generation warfare. How's everybody liking the new format? 2 hours. We go over to the Rokfin, we go over to the Rumble, and on top of that, RVM has just a 12-hour do it to it stream. Wayne Dupree, Matt Couch, Chad Canton, and so many others rocking and rolling over there. Very happy to be on that network. You have been on point for years. Thank you. Always keeping it real ski. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I keep some pig in the freezer too. I did the pig last year, and I actually do have just a small amount, not from that, but from a buddy. And the pig's great too, man. And the thing is that I still like to go out to eat, and I still want to shop. You've got to shop if you want fresh produce. In fact, I got to throw some away because I didn't get to it, and that's the whole problem. With meat, at least, I take it out. I basically, within 48 hours, I cook it. And then after it's cooked, maybe it sticks around for leftovers. Yeah, leftovers. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Love the new format. Commercials were not as bad as I thought. Yeah, we got some gold commercials. I heard, you're a shill for gold. First of all, I'm not against private metals. Precious metals. And it's certainly not the private ownership of them. And it's just like, look, I'm not against cryptocurrency. I think that people should be wary of any investment, but at the same time, I also think that, especially in this environment, hedging your bets on things like gold and silver, as well as cryptocurrency, as well as cash on hand, as well as owning as much as possible, right? Not that you'll own nothing and be happy, own as much as possible. Imagine that, so you have something to barter with. Those are some key elements. Those are good things. You're a gold shill, Bermas. You're a gold shill. And then, I've got other trolls, the same troll that was calling me a gold shill in there earlier. And look, I have no problem just banning. Especially when people start calling me a liar. You're a liar! Yeah, I'm a big liar. First of all, everybody, in truth, including myself, has lied at some point. So you'd be a liar if you said you weren't at some point. But do I lie on the show? Do I ever try to grift on the show or tell information that I don't think to be true? Never. Not once. Not once. Have I been wrong? Oh yeah. Everybody's wrong sometimes. We're human beings. But I saw something about how I mean or I attack trans people. Nope. Also not true. The truth is, again, as an adult, you do what you want to do. I think 18 is the bare minimum. I don't like right now that there's a movement to put tobacco nationally, and it's really almost already there, to 21, and drinking's already 21. You know, if you're, like I said, if you could be sent to war, you could pretty much make decisions, right? So, and we're not going to push that back, right? We're not. So adulthood, 18 years old, okay. Do your thing. If you're not hurting anybody else, if you're not hurting children, I don't care less what you do. That does not change the fact that this movement that we're seeing, that is far beyond what we had in the last, I don't know, 40, 50 years via transvestites, post-op, pre-op, transsexuals, etc. There's no non-binary, there's no imagination land. Either you were a cross-dresser, a transvestite that had the surgery, or you weren't. Case closed. There's no movement or people saying they were bigoted against. Right? That's not a thing. It certainly wasn't to drug children up with unnatural hormone blockers. I mean, that's about as anti-biology as it gets. And none of this changes the fact that someone like Rothblatt and others, billionaires, have an agenda to use transgenderism to push transhumanism. And that is what it's about. I'm sorry if I hurt feelings with reality. That's 100% what the movement's about eventually. There's a lot in betweens. Taking away parental rights, confusing people, okay? Biologically and chemically coming after our species. But that's also part of transhumanism, right? Same thing. And that's a fact, Jack. And that's a fact, Jack. Oh. Again, think about the news right now. Think about how the news has been forever. But again, the Jamie Foxx story is a microcosm. Hell, even the McGregor stuff, that gets under my skin. You know, I haven't talked about this yet. But I was watching BKFC over the weekend, and actually having a fun weekend of fights. The UFC does a live Twitch stream with my boy Jens Pulver. So instead of, I was in my office watching it by myself, instead of listening to what was going on, I tuned into Jens with his watch along, and we kind of went back and forth. And then later on at the BKFC, McGregor shows up, and he's given a king's welcome, and all the media, oh, Conor. First of all, he looks terrible. Doesn't look like he's in fight shape. He looked like he was messed up. He's drinking whiskey there. Got an entire entourage. I mean, if people think that guy is going to beat Michael Chandler, that's a joke. Who cares? The fact of the matter is that the allegations and evidence against him being a violent serial woman abuser is beyond disturbing. Anybody with a mother, a daughter, a girlfriend, a wife, or just knows a woman and cares about females should be pretty upset that guy gets the red carpet and should be in prison. Prison. Okay? Like jail. That's where he needs to be. It's not a question. It's 100% real. The available evidence is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. You don't claim to have consensual sex with somebody that you put in a hospital. That's not a real thing. Okay? That's covered in bruises and blood. Like, what a twisted, demented world we live in, for real. Like that could even happen. Most people don't even know about this, and they be defending him, boyo. But again, that's the world we live in, because guys like Chomsky are what? They're promoted, and they're going on plane rides with Epstein in 2015. That's your anti-war dissident. Another Epstein buddy looking for that Epstein cheese, that Epstein cash. Yeah, love it. Love that cheese. Oh, right? It's just, boy, oh boy. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share, everybody. Get on the channel, and I want to thank all the Rokfiners. In fact, Rokfiners have been getting some making sense of the madness, too. And I put up a interview I did with Mel K a couple weeks ago, also not on YouTube. So YouTubers, there's plenty on the other platforms. I know YouTube is the place where it's at, but gotta do it. How we doing, PH? Criminals protect each other, that's right. And they make a big deal out of Nate Diaz in New Orleans. Exactly. Look, I don't really even love what Diaz did there, right? Choking on some guy, putting him on the sidewalk. He could have been more violent with him, but again, that head, he did smack that head right open. I'm not defending that, but you're right. Compared to Conor McGregor, at least that was a man. At least that was a man that Diaz did that to. Imagine that. I mean, come on. I mean, just listen, and I'm not trying to go after Dana White, just the way the media really treated the Dana White slap situation with his wife. Imagine, like, first of all, they don't like Dana White too much because he is a Trump guy and all that other stuff, right? But, like, think about it, weeks after that, and they still have the slap fighting, but he's selling pay-per-views for Disney, front row with Kid Rock and Trump. Like, just shows you it's all manufactured outrage. Forget about manufactured consent. And don't think that Chomsky, whatever, isn't a part of that. Let's see. I'm a fan of the Diaz brothers. They're fun watching their fights, for sure. Imagine the many girls never made it off of Conor's boat. Jeez. It's like, the boat thing's insane. That boat thing is nuts. If Bermas were to tran it up, he would make a great housewife. Dishes, laundry, maybe a sandwich next. Haven't eaten yet. I've got the steak out. I actually love to. You know what? You should ask Militich. He comes over for the fights all the time. I love to cook. In fact, I don't mind doing these kind of house chores, especially when I get to relate to the audience too. Don't get me wrong. I procrastinate. I'm lazy. I could use a teammate. The whole nine. You know, I love my girlfriend to death. I wish we were together more. But this is certainly a part. Listen, I like cooking. Okay, the reason I like cooking, for instance, is because I like the food that I eat. I've worked in a lot of restaurants. I can make a mean pizza. I can grill a good steak. It's all real. It's all real. I do, unfortunately. Probably because my parents were divorced and my dad passed away by the time I was 16 years old. And although, me and my stepfather had a relationship, we certainly didn't have that type of relationship. I did gravitate towards the domestic stuff in a lot of ways because I had to cook for myself. If I want to clean clothes, I would have to do the laundry. And, I hate being like cart-hearted, for instance. I never really had somebody to hands-on teach it to me. And that's why I didn't know what to do with the lawnmower. Similar things, engines, etc. How we doing, Scott? Good to see you in there. Oh, happy Monday, everybody. And that's a regret of mine. But you work with what you got. You look stuff online. You get a little carburetor cleaner. Start your mower. And you mow away. You do it all. Hey, what up, Newburgh? I'm a Dutchess County guy. What's up? That's right. I bet you didn't know that. Born in Florida, but my first even preschool, grade school, all the way through 6th grade was all throughout Dutchess County. He's talking Newburgh. We could talk Wappingers Falls, Beacon, Fishkill, all of it. Little Dutchess in your face. Wappingers Falls. Boom, boom. Let's see. The internet and YouTube have everything you want to learn nowadays. They have for a long time. Software, hardware, even computer stuff. I did get a hands-on from a roommate. Always be grateful for that. And the art stuff, it was basically other individuals I was going to school with. Always going to be grateful for that. Those are big deals. But I learned more, 100%, from other students than I did from the teachers. It's just the way it is. And you learn more by being hands-on. Nieces are doing well. I'm glad you asked, Jan. So school's coming to an end. They're right down the road. And actually, we just signed up the younger niece, not only for a morning program, and I think a year for national volleyball and in the state, but the beach volleyball that's coming up, I think next week, actually. I think next May, or May 8th. So, yeah, a week from yesterday. they're starting that. I'm very excited for her. I'm not sure what the other one's going to do. The other one's like, been doing track, and she's trying to hit me up for like adult people concert tickets, which are not cheap. They're not Jason Bermas concert tickets. I can't believe how much they want for like concert tickets for tweeny girls. I can't believe it, because they'll get it from most fathers. But like a Taylor Swift show, they were legit $1,000 for really crappy seats. I'm like, what is going on? $1,000 to see Taylor Swift? I think she requested something like Drake, which I'm not going to do, and there's another one. I don't know. Hopefully we'll find something. Like, I'm planning on a couple concerts over the summertime, too. I love that stuff. But, Jan, thank you so much for asking. I appreciate that. They're doing well. Why is Alex Jones still banned on Twitter? Yeah, again, I'm not impressed with Twitter. They're banning Assange accounts again. I haven't seen a boost since I paid for my blue check mark. The only thing I'm able to do now is post videos that are about an hour long. So actually, I got to post the second hour today. I think I only posted the first hour, so I'll post the second hour soon over on Twitter. But yeah, no, it's a bummer, man. Like I should be able to just stream, but no dice. They're not letting me do it. So we're rolling with the punches. And that's the thing. I pay to stream on Rumble, I pay to stream on Twitter, and I pay to stream on Podbean, believe it or not. So that's where you guys come in. I need you guys to share the videos, share the information, show up to the show, and if you want two extra interviews plus everything else redvoicemedia.com does, redvoicemedia.com/Jason, redvoicemedia.com/uncensored. The other links down below, like the Buy Me a Coffee, I really appreciate it when people just donate. That's awesome. Thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you guys. But yeah, again, now 8 hours free a week. 2 interviews behind the paywall, but only for 2 weeks. And I'm pretty happy about it. You know, the hairs are just getting grayer, everybody. Take a look. I'm only getting older. I'm only doing dishes, and I can only do it with you. So I'll be back tomorrow morning. Remember, we moved it back an hour. So now it's 9 a.m. Eastern to 11 a.m. Eastern. 9 to 11. Can't beat that. Eastern time. Come join it with me. Remember, the first hour is always going to be on YouTube, but you want both hours. They're now on Rokfin and Rumble. I love you guys. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all on the flip side.